I want to know three things to apply pressure on Iran. How do we apply pressure, in your opinion, Mr. Dubowitz? Just give us three short things that we could make them comply as closely as possible. What would you do specifically? Or give me one or two things.
I would require the administration to report to Congress on the sectors of Iran's economy that are providing key technology, personnel.
That's not going to happen. I don't trust this administration to report to us. I'm sorry, I just don't. What can we do as a Congress?
So you could ask GAO to do the same report, and GAO would then look at other organizations that have done similar reports. We've done a report on Iran's missile sector. Look at the sectors of the economy. Congress could then pass legislation, or in fact the legislation.
What can we do? It's Mark, right? Your first name is Mark.
Mark, yeah.
What can we do, Mark, to cut off funding the House of Representatives, if we would have guts, so that when they want to use access to United States financial institutions, we as the United States Congress, I know it would have to begin in the House of Representatives, what could we do to shut down their access to the U.S. financial institutions?
So again, I think, and Juan and Liz have talked about this, I mean, the best thing you can do is appeal to the market. The best thing that you can do is create this risk overhang that already is there, and you can amplify it. Require companies and financial institutions to report to the SEC if they're doing business with IRGC entities, not just designated IRGC entities, but entities that are on an IRGC watch list that GAO or CRS or independent organizations could provide. By creating market risk, what you're going to do is you're going to do what Juan talked about, which is you're going to focus on the conduct, the illicit conduct that Iran is engaged in, and you can shine a spotlight on that. That does more to change market calculations by millions of actors than anything.
I'm out of time, but let me follow up by this, and I'm not going to be able to get to the other two. How do we bring our friends on board with that, whether it's Britain, whether whoever it is? How do we bring our allies on board with that?
Well, our allies need access to the U.S. market. Many of our allies have financial institutions with correspondent banking relationships in the United States. Many of our allies have companies that are traded on U.S. exchanges. So I would go around the governments, and I would appeal to the companies. British banks today don't want to go back into Iran, despite the fact the British government is trying to strong-arm them back into Iran because they care about U.S. market access, they care about their reputations, and they don't want to be doing business with the Revolutionary Guards and entities and a state that is engaged in such illicit and dangerous conduct.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.